Hello, Vortex. Something I like to briefly talk about, see how well that goes. I know I've mentioned this before, but I like to elaborate because I feel like this particular subject requires elaboration. I have previously stated that social media is demonic. Now, the smartphone itself is really not the problem, it's just a tool. Now, social media can be used as a tool as well. But I do believe, and this isn't just because I want to believe it, it's because Schmuckerberg and Sean Parker and all of those pieces of shit that invented Facebook stated this, okay? They stated that they knew that social networks would forever change the social fabric of our society, and not in a positive way. They knew this, and they still put that technology out there, all for us to destroy ourselves, and them to make a fuck ton of money off of it. That's one of the main reasons why I avoid the social networks, because that pisses me all the way off. And I know that I'm better for it. Anytime that I make the mistake of thinking that I should figure out what's going on, and there are several people that are pretty smart, I'd say. They're pretty smart and they're right about a lot of stuff. But because they're on a social network, they're like retarded. And I hate to say that because I'm really demeaning retarded people, like legit mentally challenged people that don't choose to use a website that makes them stupid. And let's not just use the word stupid. Emotionally immature, totally negligent, insensitive, prideful, just say narcissistic. I feel like that covers it. Okay, yeah, narcissistic. Back in 2006 when Twitter came out, I said that if people use that site, they would become narcissists. And borderline personality disorder, I've talked about that a lot. It's emotionally unstable personality. I don't know what could possibly make anybody think that this society is worth salvaging in the slightest. I understand that people have kids and, they want to create a world that's safe for their kids. I'm telling you that you can't. Like, with all this technology, it's literally impossible. Just hope for the best and pray your little heart out. You should have done that anyway. But I really feel sorry for people that have kids. They feel sorry for me because I don't have kids. Having kids isn't the problem. The world is the problem. And I would be in a constant state of panic if I had children. And I know that, I've talked to many people that have children, and, they say, well, you just have to trust God, and you have to, just make the best decisions that you can, and, I understand that. And in a way, I am jealous of you, and I'm jealous of your fortitude, I'm jealous of your courage to do that, because I think it takes courage to, bring a child into the world and attempt to raise it and all that. Really and truly, I mean that. But, that's not for me, when I was young, I just knew that I was going to do something way different than go the typical plebeian sheep route. And I realize that you can raise kids and be unconventional about it. I understand that. But I'm just really, really committed to what I'm doing with my art. But anyway, back to the original topic in regards to social media. This relates to children, especially this relates to raising your kids in a world that is comprised of a bunch of mass consumers that are total narcissistic, borderline personality, sociopaths. We know too much about mental illness to have a kid. How about that? And I am mentally ill as well. So, my schizophrenia told me not to get a smartphone. And it also told me to go the unconventional route because, the way of the world just doesn't make sense to me. And social media is like a fine example of that. How people really, really smart, kind-hearted, initially, they're kind-hearted and they're right about certain aspects of our society. But it's like, if they're on a social network, they're just like taking all of that intelligence and all of that self-awareness and chucking it off of a fucking cliff, okay? And I can tell you this from my own personal experience, doing it myself, but also, just going on a social network and looking at what other people are doing. It's like everybody just wants to talk shit. That's all they do. And it's like, they're proving that, nobody has aged past high school. And I'm really throwing them a bone. It's really more like the 7th grade. And they're all women. Like I've been saying, everybody is a female on social media. I don't care, like, how well thought out your comments are. You can't control yourself. Nobody can. Like, when it comes to that phone, people have no self-restraint whatsoever. That's why I stress that people need to get rid of their smartphones. They need to get rid of their social media handles. And if they're in a position where they feel like they have to have it, they need to seriously limit their use. They need to put very strong guardrails on themselves, and they should try to encourage other people to do the same thing. So I'm not trying to tell people what to do, and this isn't coming from a place of judgment like, oh, I hate you, or I think you're stupid, or whatever. No, this is coming from a place of I'm trying to save you, okay? You're a drug addict. You're addicted to yourself, okay? Because that's what this really is. It's feeding everybody's inner narcissist, okay? Is that really what you want to feed about yourself? Because I think that there's a lot more to you than what you let on. Because it's almost impossible to, like, only reveal the good parts about yourself on social media. I guess that's why I do what I do in relation to, like, this whole, like, documentary thing. Because it really is, like, the opposite of what people are doing. Because, like, I'm really aware of this, and I watch every single video, and I critique every single video, and I am a very, very, very harsh critic. Okay? I beat myself up all the time. So you don't have to, but I know you will. At least you'll attempt to, but your baseball bat is fake. So, get off social media as much as you can. That's a final warning.